How's the second?
The one I got hit. Okay, yeah. It's great. It's held up great. Jeff and the trainers have done an incredible job. I mean, for how low it was fractured to have it grow back and as strong as it is today to be able to go out and pitch. They worked their tails off last couple weeks getting me ready for today, and even going throughout that game, making sure it's strong and healthy.
What happened on the comeback?
Um, I should have caught it, I feel like, but came up a little bit, missed my glove, hit the kind of the meaty part of my palm. So I was never worried about it, never felt anything. It just kind of like, you know, lost feeling for a second and just got hit hard. So um I knew I'd be fine. I just needed a minute for it to kind of calm down.
Steve said we came up and said to him in like the fifth inning that even if they hadn't had a base runner, he had, he's holding whatever he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I know the situation. I've got 2 weeks of that, since I threw in a game. In that game, I went, I think, 5 2/3. I don't know how many pitches, but realistically, I wasn't going to be able to go 9 innings. I would love to, but knowing, there's like this superstition in the game where you can't warm anybody up when you have a no-hitter going. And for where we're at right now, I wanted him to make sure, like, that's silly to me right now. Like, we need to go win this game. We're trying to win a World Series. So just if you need somebody to get hot so they're not ambushed, make sure they are. After five, I went 3 innings in a sim game 5 days ago, and knew my leash would be around 5 or 6 innings anyways. So he's unbelievable. He's such a pro, and he's looks so like such a tenured veteran manager at this point already that he had all that taken care of. I just wanted him to make sure I didn't really care either way.
Everything that this year has been for you, just how nice is it to get to today to be able to enjoy a performance like that after that?
Yeah. I mean, really good. It hasn't sunk in yet too much, but it's just, you go into each one of those comebacks, and really you don't know how you're going to perform because, it's hard to jump into a season and be sharp, and you can only get so much practice in between the weeks. And bullpen work is, maybe 65-70% effort. And then, it's a different game when you're between the lines and the lights are on. So you always have that little anxiousness of not knowing how it's going to be when you get out there. And then when you see the shapes of your pitches doing what you want it to do, it just becomes fun. You just enjoy that ride.
What was working for you? What 18 straight, outs.
Yeah. I don't want to sound too cliche, but Hedgie's one of the best game callers in baseball, and he made it really simple before the game. We went over the lineup, and so I was able to turn that part of my brain off and just try to go execute pitches. And then at that point, I was able to locate the fastball really well, and get the split out of zone, get some chases on that, and then later on get it in zone for some takes. And then later in the game, the curveball really started coming around. And so I think if you're able to have that type of success, you need all your pitches working, and they felt like they were today.
You get hit with the record and you're laying up the ground for a second. And what's actually going through your thing?
I mean, you're just doing like a systems check, you're like, is anything broken? No, all right, I lost feeling in my hand. I'm going to sit here for a second. And then JD came out and pressed on that spot quite a bit to, make it a little more uncomfortable for me. But you're just laying down hoping, you say a quick prayer that nothing's broken and you're able to keep going. So, once you find out that everything's fine, then, you just try to get back to pitching quickly.
Until you had Matthew Boyd came here, the pitching was starting for a little bit of consternation. What do you feel that the two of you are adding to this?
Well, hopefully some stability. I mean, you look up when these relievers come in and there's a lot of high innings next to their name. So, you try to go deep into games. Both of us are kind of coming back from injuries, so it's not as easy to get 7, 8 out of us, but you do your best to at least go 6, and hopefully later in September, mid-September, we're going to be able to push that 7, 8 inning mark and give some of those guys a breather. But I think you have that. You have 2 guys that have been around quite a bit, so we're able to usually navigate a lineup without our best stuff some days, and just like I said, hopefully we just bring a little bit of stability. That was probably the most frustrating part of having the nail injury. Was I know that they brought me over here to be one of those stable pieces in the rotation, go every 5th day. And then you break the nail, and I had to watch the game in New York and then a doubleheader against Kansas City where some younger guys were trying to eat up those innings, and then the bullpen was eating up a lot of those innings that they brought me over here to cover. So hopefully that's behind me, and I can cover those innings going forward. Good. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.